guys, I'm here today to do my October TBR, what I hope to read in October, in addition to trying to continue with my Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which I'm so close to being done, and eventually starting Order of the Phoenix, not Order of the Phoenix, Goblet of Fire. I am then also going to continue in my reread of Harry Potter and read Half-Blood Prince, and also hopefully finally finish my audiobook of Heavenly Fire. It's been a lot of listening and not much progress has been made, but those are all the things I hope to listen to, and I do have a lot of commutes coming up, especially with New York City Comic Con. I'm also always going to have a book on me, so hopefully I'll get to finish these books in a more timely fashion. I have a pretty nice list, and I have some fantasy books and some mystic, freaky stories for creepy stuff, so hopefully that will be exciting as well. But the first book I'm going to finish reading is 27 Hours. This is the book that I started reading and then I started feeling not really well, so I read something else because it was a little bit lighter. But this is a very high fantasy novel about gargoyles that takes place on the moon. And it's a really, really fun story with a lot of different divergent perspectives. I was given this book from Entangled Teen and I really like it so far. This was also a very, very popular book at BookCon that I didn't wind up taking or waiting online for, but I really like it so far, and I'm really excited to see how the story ends. I have like 20% left. I'm on 60% of the book, or 30%. So I will let you guys know my thoughts soon, and I think it comes out the first week of October. The next book is probably going to be a little bit of a surprise, but it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Wicked Willow, The Darkening, and this is like a different interpretation of what could happen to Wicked Willow, or Dark Willow when you watch the TV show, and I'm just about to start the second to last episode of it, and this is kind of like a trilogy that goes in a totally different direction of what happened in the show, and I've never read it, but I really like Dark Willow, and I love the aftermath of Dark Willow, so I decided I would read this, and I would have it in my bag for New York City Comic Con, and hopefully get to finish it this weekend. So this is The Darkening, and there's also 3 other books that go with this, so if I finish this one day, I might take the other one. But the next book I'm going to actually read directly after 27 Hours is Perfect Scoundrels by Ally Carter, and this is the last book in the Heist Society novel. I did start reading this before I went to New York City, before I went to Boston, but I got a little bit distracted and didn't want to take it in my suitcase. But I liked it so far, and I really love the main character in this as well. She's definitely a strong, independent woman, and I love the heist element, and I love the crew she has. And this is also a library book, so I really do have to read it pretty fast, but this will be the next book that I read after I finish 27 Hours. And then the next book I am going to read, hopefully, is The Adventurers Guild by Zach Lauren Clark and Nick Olifis. This book comes out, I think it comes out in October 3rd, so it comes out pretty soon, and it's about this group, I think this is definitely a middle grade novel, but it's about this group of kids that are asked to become a part of an adventure guild to save the family or the world from monsters, but then they have to go on, the guild acts as the last line of defense against the dangerous, hungry, and natural beasts from otherworldly planes, and when the boys uncover a conspiracy that threatens all of their Freestone, Zed Brock and their new allies include Lise, a fierce noble, and Jeff, a brave dwarf, must prove their worth once and for all. So this sounds really cool, and I really have not read a lot of middle grade recently, but this is just right up my alley and hope to read it soon. And I got this, someone got this for me from ALA. So, and then the next book I was so excited to get was Invictus by Ryan Graudin, and this is a time travel novel, which I'm so excited for. I was actually gifted this by my friend Jen because she won the novel book giveaway, and she already got this specific arc from ALA, and she won a gift that had a hardback, so I got this from her. Thank you, Jen, if you're watching this. I'm so excited to start reading this. I love time travel. I really love Firefly, and this is said to be similar in vein. And I haven't read anything by Ryan Graudin, but I have a bunch of her books on my shelf last year from New York City Comic Con. So this, hopefully, I will get to read, and I will love it. And then the next book I hope to read is The Wood by Chelsea Bobensky, and this is about Winter, who did not ask to be the guardian of the wood, but when her father vanishes, she has to take it upon herself to become the guardian of the wood. And it's an eerie debut filled with friendship, family, and the responsibilities we choose and those we do not. So this sounds really creepy, and it sounds like a perfect October read. And the last physical book that I have planned to read is Bonfire by Kristen Liverter. And this is like a psychological thriller. I actually met her at New York City Comic Con. I actually met her at BookCon, and she signed it for me, which was so great. And I really love her as an actress, and I cannot wait to see what she does in a novel. But yeah, and this is a good psychological thriller. It's actually not that long. It's like barely 300 pages. So hopefully I'll read this and let you guys know my thoughts. Also, I have a lot of books from from Edelweiss this month. I have the sequel to Replica Ringer, which I really hope to read. The Last Namathera, which was a dragon book, which also comes out in October. I have The Darkest Mine by Mindy McGinnis, and I have Monster by Michael Grant. Some of them are going to get read, and also Wild Beauty was a NetGalley book that I do definitely want to read, and Berserker by Emmy Laybourne. I am not going to read all of these books. I really don't know what I'm going to read, but I hope to read some of these and give you guys my thoughts. But yeah, that's all the books I hope to read in October. I did pick some creepy or eerie books, and some might just float in there depending on what I wind up getting picked up. I also might read books that I get from New York City Comic Con. This month is always like kind of like a throw up in the air. Like, I don't know what I'm reading, but this is the plan, and I hope you guys have a great month, and let me know what you're going to read in October, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!